Hi. So I am a pretty big concert person. My first concert that I was ever at was when I was very young. It was the 1989 World Tour, Taylor Swift. But unfortunately, I do not remember a single thing because I was so young. But since then, I've had many memories and many great concerts. However, I just went to one a few weeks ago that I thought I would share because I honestly had an amazing experience. So I'm wearing this shirt right now. You can see I went to the Rex Inside Outside tour. Originally, I didn't really know this band that well until a few months ago. I found them on Instagram Reels. Sorry about that, I guess. And I really liked, it was like their comeback single, Always Every Time. That, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Save it. I have it like in a few of my playlists. And then a friend that I have, like kind of like distant friend, is like, yo, I know you like this band, because we like briefly talked about them when they were like announced a new EP. So she reaches out to me a couple months ago and she was like, yo, I got tickets to them. Do you want to go see them with me? And I'm like, I don't know them that well, but absolutely. I am always down for live music. Flash forward to it's the actual day. This is her favorite band like ever. And she has made it very clear that like she wants to wait and get as close to the front as possible. Which brings up something else. I have never waited in any sort of like barricade line before. The closest I have come would be just like during like a general admission concert. The earliest I've gotten to wait for anything is maybe like 30 minutes before doors opened. So we got there about 2 hours before. And again, it's her favorite band. I'm like, no big deal. I will wait for as long as you want. We parked very close to the venue. Fortunately, there was a lot like right there. So we would take turns like going back to the car to run and grab something or to put something back if we needed it. It was like pouring rain the entire time we were in the line for doors, which was a problem. And it was kind of miserable, but in the long run, totally worth it. Well, I was worried because they had a VIP seating like event earlier in the day, and I was like, shoot, what if they actually don't let them leave and like the VIP is just all at barricade? But fortunately we saw people with VIP name tags getting their merch and then like walking to the back of the line. So I was like, yo, we got this. So we were maybe about 20-30 people in the line, so we definitely had a good chance. We saw people like filling in like little holes later in though, that because people were like saving spots for their friends who went to the bathroom or went to go get food or whatever, and we were just like there.
Hi, I literally have no idea how I forgot to mention this in the base video, but there were several points where we were waiting for doors and the band like walked past us. There was a gate separating us from the parking lot they were in, which was also the same parking lot we were in. It was just separated by like some like barriers, but they walked past several times, and my friend and I were too scared to like say like, hey, what's up? But we gave them like a little wave once, and the guitarist waved back, which was really cool.
But it's been 2 hours, they open doors, we run in, we are not barricade, we are one row behind barricade. So it was us and then like a group of a couple people in front. There were also 2 openers before the main act. So I was already like, okay, we've been waiting in line for 2 hours and we haven't been able to sit down because the ground is wet. Now we have to wait for another 3 hours before the Rex come on. There was just like a giant pedal board set up in front of us because for all bands, we were right where like the guitarist would be. I'm like, okay, shoegaze. First guy comes out, his name is Ben Carter. Ben, I love your work. It was incredible because on stage it was him, it was a guitarist, and it was a drummer, but you would not believe how full that sounded for there being only 3 people on stage, especially like when you're closer to the front, just being so close to those speakers and like that energy, that is just like transcended, and that is why I love live music so much. He played for about 30 minutes, and I haven't listened to his music afterwards as much as I should, but I really liked it. But he's on stage, he does his whole thing, he plays an unreleased song, which I don't think he's going to release until after tour, and I kind of just wish that he would release it right now, but I can wait, it's not a big deal. Before the first opener, we actually went to get merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing right now. The merch guy was also super sweet. People were very nice and like let us through when we had to go to the bathroom or when we were trying to get merch. I tried to stay there like more than my friend because I was like, I can handle this. This is your experience, this is not mine, and I'm just here to like have a good time, and I will absolutely save the spot for as long as need be. So I was doing that, which totally fine with. I had a blast. Their merch guy for the Rex was super sweet. I had like cash that I was trying to use, and I was like, hey, do you guys take cash? And he's like, no. And I'm like, shoot. And he's like, are you gonna pay up? And I'm like, I can pay. I would prefer to do Cat. We talked about like summer jobs for a little bit. So if by some reason you're watching this, shout out, you were really awesome. Second opener. Second opener was Quarters of Change. Again, never ever heard of these guys before. I think there are 5 of them. Even more of like a fuller sound, to the point where like I couldn't hear any of like the backup vocals. I could barely hear the main vocal. I kind of just heard like the bass, the drums, and then the lead guitarist who was right in front of us. I got like a video of him absolutely shredding it on guitar, playing about like 1 minute long guitar solo. I believe the song was Kiwi. I'll like put it up there. I would say Quarters of Change actually sounded the most different live from when I listened to them on streaming, because the Rex sounded pretty similar, and I would say Ben Carter sounded pretty similar as well. But they were on stage, they were incredible. I had no idea who they were when I came into that venue, and I left like diehard Quarters of Change fan. So they're done, and we're just waiting at this point. We're getting hyped. At this point, the people in front of us at the barricade were very nice, and they let us like take their spots for a little bit so we could get photos. So finally, the Rex come on stage. It's finally time, and I'm singing, I'm jumping. I'm like fully concerned that like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my voice, which was a problem because I had something with my choir the next week. But I didn't lose it, we're all good. But I was just having the time of my life. I was so like in it that I honestly can't say much about the actual concert. I was just kind of like trying to soak it in, trying to like remember all the lyrics because I was studying. Again, I hadn't really known the band for that long at that point. I think a worry that I have a lot about concerts is like my voice being picked up by other people. I consider myself to be a pretty good singer, but it's so loud, and I was trying to be mindful of that for the most part. During the band's acoustic set, the frontman Nick mentioned that they were going to do a cover, and at that point I was like, I've been stalking these set lists these guys have been using for the past few shows, and they haven't played the cover that they like mentioned that they were going to play in a while, which was Over My Head, Cable Car by The Fray. Love that song. He got the guitar out and was like, I never knew. I screamed, and my friend just looked at me. She was like, oh my God, which like justified that. That was my freak out moment. We were also crazy close too. So like during one of the songs, he was just like staring at my friend and I like while he was like strumming the guitar. I just had so much fun. The vibes were there the whole time. I ended up getting only 2 concert videos, which I don't mind at all. Everybody was into it, and especially because we were in the group that had like waited. It was just good to be around people who had that same energy. They sing an amazing set. They do an encore. It's awesome. The frontman goes in the pit for the end, but like we're towards the sides, so we don't really get to see that, which I'm fine with. I saw him for the rest of the show. I had a great view. You can actually see, they posted a few clips from our show, which was incredible to see. Also incredible to see my face because I'm literally in one of the frames where you can literally see the top half of my head just right there, which is crazy. It's kind of weird to know that's just like out there now. But after the show, what happened next was kind of insane, and that was like the set list thing. I haven't been consistently going to concerts since about 2 years ago, so I couldn't tell you how much of a thing this has been like 2+ years ago or even like pre-COVID, but people in our show were feral. People were trying like crazy to get the set list, and among them, of course, was my friend. My rationale was like, okay, if it's thrown at me, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna get it for her, because again, this is her experience, not mine. It's thrown in our direction, she grabs it, another girl grabs it, I grab it, and like I see that she's got it and I like hand it over immediately. So like she got the set list. And then the guitarist like starts like throwing out guitar picks, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna try and do it. So I like stick my hand out past the barricade, and a pick lands square in my hand, and I'm like, oh my God, in my hand. It's like right there. He like threw it at me, and I caught it. And then the person in front of me at the barricade turns and looks at me with such like contempt in her eyes. And I was really sad at this point because I thought the people at the barricade were like pretty chill. I felt like bad for like, again, like getting really hyped behind them. And I felt really bad. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't like grabbing it. I wasn't like trying to fight anyone. I just sticked it out. Boom. Happens. But I gave it to her and I'm like, sorry, my bad. Apparently the guitarist also felt bad because he threw another pick in her direction. But by that time I was already like giving her the guitar pick. But then I realized, wait, there's another one that's literally probably under my feet right now. And if I use my phone light, I can probably find it. So I reach down, flashlight on, and I get the pick. I got it. This pick right here. Marbly blue. There's no like brand specific thing on it. It's just a Fender pick, but like, this is so awesome to just have and know that it was, if not used, like this been on tour. 10 out of 10, insane concert experience. Probably my favorite, if not the favorite concert that I have been to. The Rex, again, shout out to them. They made the show so engaging, so much fun. They absolutely brought it. And I just had a great time when they were on stage, as well as the openers, Ben Carter and Quarters of Change. Like, I'm gonna be streaming all of this music for a long, long time to come. So thank you to the Rex, thank you to Quarters of Change, thank you for Ben Carter for making everything just like so like magical and amazing for that one night, and it was 100% worth like sitting 2 hours in the rain for. I love concert culture. I don't know if it's something that like is sustainable for me to keep doing, but again, if anybody gives me free tickets, I am down.